Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Channel 4 News Today. I'm McCloy alongside Nancy Van Camp. Our weather's looking hot.
It is a little on the hot side. If you thought yesterday was hot, then you'll have a pretty similar opinion of today, I think. Let's take a look outside this morning. Sun is shining. We have a few little puffy clouds here in the picture, but overall, we're looking at a mostly sunny morning and overall more sun than clouds as we go through the day. 73 degrees now at Nashville International, Lewisburg up to 69 degrees. And by 9 o'clock this morning, we would expect about 75, 76 degrees. By noon, 86, and by this afternoon, we reach our high of 90. Humidity will still be rather moderate today, so the humidity level is not through the roof, fortunately. That'll happen in a few days, and we'll talk about that coming up in forewarned weather.
I feel like it's just going to get hotter and hotter this week. All right, Nancy, thank you so much. We have more sports news this morning. Former Titans linebacker Jamie Winborn is missing right now in Atlanta. The 34-year-old has not been seen since Friday morning. According to a local TV station, his wife called police with concerns about his behavior, saying he had guns and drugs in the home. Officers removed several weapons and some marijuana. Winborn played football at Vanderbilt before making the leap to the NFL. The Titans released him 3 years ago, and there are reports that Winborn had been battling cancer. A violent crash tied up traffic on I-40 overnight. Two vehicles were involved in the accident, and one of them went up a rock wall. Medics took 3 people to the hospital. There's no word on their condition. Police had to close down some of the westbound lanes near Charlotte Pike while crews cleaned everything up. One person is dead and several others are in the hospital after a crash in Wilson County. According to the Lebanon Democrat, a motorcycle collided with a car on Highway 109 around 8 last night. The biker died at the scene, and 6 people in the car were rushed to area hospitals. At least 2 of those patients were kids. Metro Councilman Dwayne Dominy is sharing his side of the story after his arrest on Friday. He says he was shocked when a SWAT team showed up to his house to take him into custody. The councilman says the whole ordeal was because of a misunderstanding. Dominy says he expects the matter to be cleared up quickly in court. A hearing has been set for September 12th. Some state lawmakers want to take a second look at Tennessee's Stand Your Ground law. According to the Tennessean, members of the Black Caucus are calling for a review. Stand Your Ground laws have been under scrutiny since the Trayvon Martin case in Florida. Some Tennessee lawmakers say the law does not need to be changed, arguing that an adjustment might lead to confusion. 50 years ago today, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. sat down for an interview on Meet the Press. The show aired just 3 days before his iconic I Have a Dream speech. Today, you'll have a chance to watch that interview in its entirety. In addition to the regular weekly edition of Meet the Press, a special edition will air at 11 a.m. Both programs will focus on the state of the American dream. Yesterday, tens of thousands of people retraced the steps of the historic March on Washington. Many of those in the crowd say the dream remains a work in progress. NBC's Brian Moore with the story. 8:07 is your time for another check at your forewarned weather. Nancy, how's it looking out there? Is it starting to heat up yet?
Not so bad yet. It's actually feeling pretty good out there still. By lunchtime, we'll be up into the mid-80s, and we're looking for a high this afternoon of 90, which is pretty similar to what we had yesterday, but not a lot of rain. 20% there, Ann, might even be optimistic for us.
All right, I'll take a few more hot and dry days before fall hits. We're getting so close to the next season. The Titans claimed their first victory of the preseason last night. They dominated the Atlanta Falcons in front of the home crowd at LP Field, 27-16. Titans quarterback Jake Locker looked good, completing nearly all of his passes, including a touchdown throw to Nate Washington. Chris Johnson added 65 yards to the ground game, and the defense finished the night with 6 sacks. The team won't have long to celebrate. Coaches will cut at least 15 players before the final preseason game Thursday in Minnesota. They'll make several more cuts Saturday. Chris Harris is going to have much more on last night's game in our next half hour. Stay with us, everybody. Hey, with all the sunny weather, it might be a good day to visit the zoo. The Nashville Predators are taking over today. This afternoon, fans are invited to join the Preds for games, giveaways, and an autograph session. The event runs from 1 to 5. The South Nashville Little Leaguers will be watching the final game of the Little League World Series today. Yesterday, the team received a warm welcome during a celebration at a Brentwood restaurant. Nashville Mayor Carl Dean was among those cheering them on. I bet they were excited. The past few weeks have been exciting for these guys in general. After claiming the Southeast Regional Championship, they started getting calls from Major League Baseball players and interviews on ESPN.
It's really exciting because all this time we didn't know how many people were here supporting us. We knew we had a lot of people, but we didn't know we had this many. And you just walk around and see people with Southeast shirts on, it just makes you happy and excited just to know that other people were rooting for you.
The team's manager says the players have a lot of talent, believes that South Nashville will return to Williamsport again. Up next, the latest on a deadly shooting spree in Florida, and later an American twist on an iconic Spanish festival. Thousands run with the bulls right here in the U.S. A live look now. This is downtown Nashville. Sun coming up, a lot brighter than it was just a half hour ago. We'll be right back with more on your forewarned weather.